Hey everybody, DayTraderRockStar here. And what I consider a very important video that's going to go into the playbook, we're going to be talking about what we're doing is trading futures using the RockBot Scripts, the super signal. I'm going to show you some of the parameters that I like to use on this. And this is a new set of parameters for tomorrow. I want to update everyone on this. Also wanted to give you an update on the copy trader project. We kind of got that going a little bit better today, and I think we have everyone on board. There might be a couple of you that might not have gotten on board yet, or but I've been working with everyone trying to make sure everyone gets connected properly, and just keep on working with me, and we'll get everyone up and running on that. So today, kind of a difficult day, in that the markets were. They were grinding down, but they were very. Do you see this? I want to kind of clean up this chart here because this is during the chart. And again, I'm DayTraderRockStar, and I broadcast live, trading the markets every day live on DayTradingRadio.com. So put that in your browser. Head over there and bookmark it because you want to check out the show. We get on the air about 9 o'clock, and we go all day to 4 o'clock every single day since 2007. We have a great community of traders, chat rooms, trade alerts. Algorithms, bots. You get to use the scripts, and I'm going to be talking about the scripts today because as a and our sale, we have a lifetime sale, and with the sale you get the scripts, so you can get these scripts. So pay attention. I think you're going to like this. You're going to like this. Now, Ninja scripts are used with the Ninja Trader platform, and like I said, if you're a Day Trading Radio member, there's a couple ways of getting that, and you get the scripts, you get all the scripts and all the updates with a lifetime membership for life. All right, so any new scripts I develop or anything, and all the updates. You also have an opportunity to get the scripts with the monthly or the 3-month and the yearly. And just head over to DayTradingRadio.com. You'll see some of the packages you can, and they're very reasonable. I mean, the monthly with the scripts is $99. That's very reasonable. You can get a 3-month packet for $295, and you get the yearly for $599. And the lifetime, of course, is the best deal as it's on sale right now. And we'll talk a bit more about that. But don't that ends in 2 days. So to get all this stuff, take advantage of the sale. The sale is $9.99 from $17.99. So $17.99 lifetime, all scripts, all bots, everything, chat room, and master classes. And the courses. There's so much there. I don't want to go into that. You just have to head over there. I want to really, use this because I have really kind of a breakthrough here, and I really want to get this out to you. Take a deep breath here, Johnny. Let's not get too excited. So, during the day, I'm trading futures. We trade stocks too, and I trade options, and we took a great position today in CELF. Another position in CELF, if you're interested in that, and Wolf, one of our members, both Racer and DJ, brought Wolf up to the table, and I love the chart. So we all work together as a team and get these trades out for you. We're currently holding those two, plus many other stocks that we're not going to update on this list right now. We're going to talk about futures right now, but you might see that. That was some updates on some stocks. So market opens up, and we start to identify. What I do is identify, someone broadcasting a football game. I'll do a play-by-play by the market with the markets, and we have a methodology that we look for certain things that happen in the market that define pivots. And pivots are when the market moves from one direction to another, and it lays these pivots out. A pivot is just a pivot is a pivot. It goes, if you can see a move down, then you see a move up. If you see a move up, then you see a move down. There's small pivots. There's a pivot here. There's a pivot here. There's another pivot here. There's a pivot here. As long as you could establish a small little channel, then there's a pivot. If you get that pivot. So we know how to identify these pivots, how to identify them, how to trade them, and that gives us the highest probability of a move in the direction of our trade. All right. Now, the key to trading, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you the holy grail to trading. The key to trading is not trading. The less trades you could take, the more successful you're going to be. And that's because there's a lot of chop in the market, and there's a lot of back and forth, and it's very, very choppy. So if you trade in futures and you're trading, a heavier contracts like the NASDAQ or an ES contract, and you can, these things move really quickly and up and down. And just a lot of people, especially new traders, are not used to that. Even with the trading of the prop accounts, you'll be in and out, and you'll chop you up, and it'll eventually chop you up, and you'll fail your quest to qualify. So you have to really be patient on the setups, and only take about 3 setups that I bring you. And these setups will define the best levels in the market, and you have to have patience for that. All right. Now, I teach that every single day, and the bots help us identify those. And in the Zello alerts, there's so much that I offer here at Day Trading Radio to kind of get you in the trade. The Zello alerts are these future trade alerts networks that you actually hear come over your phone. You have to go to Day Trading Radio, and you'll see. You'll scroll down. Actually, let me show it to you right here, and then I want to get to the good stuff. I got something really good for you today. Don't forget also the coupon. If you happen to get this, you probably won't get this in time. You probably missed this, but there's a coupon available on the Apex. Is an 80% coupon, 1-day qualification, and that's ends tonight at 11:59. And then the Bullinox has the same thing. Basically, they don't do the 1-day qualification though. That's an 83% coupon. That's DTR 83 is for the Bullinox, and DTR Apex is for the Apex. Both 80%. One's 80%. One's 83%. Both. You need both to work the copy trading platform. You get the copy trading platform where you connect your accounts to my account, and you don't have to worry about finding these. I'll find them and trade them for you. That's the plan. So, not to, talk about all this chop here. Let's talk about the Zello alerts, because when I do see a setup like what we had here today, let's just kind of go over some of the things we noticed today. We're going to go back over here. I had my first Zello alert. Well, it might have been a second one. I can't even. Right there. There was a Zello alert right here. And it was because we had a coil. You see this coil? It's a series of lower highs on the stochastics. And it tends to happen on all 3 stochastic bands. And what happens is when I say all 3, but not all 4, because all 3 here, and the 4th is waiting. It's slow. It's usually a slow grind, waiting to get under that 20. And while this is slowly drifting lower, waiting to get under that 20, this kind of meanders down until finally they all line up together. And when they all line up and you actually had a reversal candle and it was kind of right on the trend line, that represents a good trade opportunity, a good pivot. So we sent out a pivot or a trade right there. And this is and I gotta love the Zello alerts. I think they're the best trade setups that can go out. And they're only, if you're a member of Day Trading Radio, get them. If you're not a member, you can go over to patreon.com/Day Trading Radio and you can get them. They're only $20 for now, but I am going to raise those because it is getting, there's a lot of work to put into this. And that's the dirt cheap introductory. I always say, it just started it the last couple months. So let's see here. That was here. Let's see what we have here. That was about 11:45. Let's take a look at this Zello alert today.
We got a quad rotation at 5076 here, 5076 quad rotation. It's usually a very good setup. The lows here are right underneath us, so be careful. You should put your stop at the lows. Not a bad buy area right now for a little shot to the upside. Hey traders, it's 11:58. We have a nice profit. You have a nice profit on that last alert. And we're approaching the VWAP at 5,080. Watch that. And also just trail it up with a trailing stop. You got a good profit, so protect those profits.
All right.
We have a divergence at 5074 with a stop above 5076, the 200 period moving average. Sell side divergence. That is sell side divergence.
That was right here. Second Zello alert right here.
Traders, I want to be sending out a copy trade here soon. We're going to be testing everyone's setup. It might be a random trade.
All right. So that, and I'll also I'm also using that to make sure people have their copy traders on if I'm going to take a trade. So you could hear that excellent setups today with a nice little coiled stochastic here, quad coil we call that, and then we had a sell divergence right here between this high and this high. That was a Zello short right there, and a fast little pullback, and we took profits on that. And we did remember, this is a short-term game. We're scalping the market. We're trading the 1 minute time frame, so everything is going to be a trade. It's going to be probably between 3 and 7 minutes, 3 and 10 minutes. On occasions, we're going to have bigger moves when we see those 5 minute setups, and that 5 minute, 5 minute divergence probably going to give us big bottoms, as Queen would say. So that's what we're always looking for, the bigger bottom on the reversals. And then the market kind of started taking off here, and as you can see, I think we got into another trade. We got into a flag trade here on our copy trade. But I regress. Kind of a choppy day today. It wasn't the best. I didn't really see too many divergences. We had that quad coil here, and we had that sell side divergence there. Now, there's going to be a lot of good setups coming. It's just a matter of waiting for them. When you get them, you take the trades. On average, I would like to be able to take 3 to 7 trades a day. And how are we going to find those? Well, I'm standing in front of the market, and we send out all these alerts and stuff to get us in and make sure we're in and we don't miss any of these. That's my job. All right, so now today I want to just move over this. I want to move I want to show you the BOD here. Now, with your membership, you get these scripts, and there's probably about 5 scripts that you get with your membership. And the most important one is what's called the Super Signal Quad. And the Super Signal Quad is the combination of our quad rotation, which is multiple time frames, and a divergence set up on top of that. We have all the time frames set up, we get a little bounce, and then it turns into a divergence, and then it's off to the races. And it's usually one of the best setups out there. So I run this usually on the 1 minute. Well, I don't run it on the 1 minute time frame. A lot of people think we run things just on the 1 minute because I'm looking at the 1 minute, but no, I look at the 1 minute because I could read the 1 minute very easily and kind of call out trades. But I have the bots running on 2 different other time frames, sometimes 3. I would run this Super Signal on the 5 minute, which is a really good one, but it doesn't give you, that probably gives you the less, not many trades, but the trades are really, really accurate. And then we have the 300 tick, which is the same thing. You're going to get more trades on that, and you're going to have the 1,000 volume. My recommendation is to kind of take all 3 charts, put them up on your screen next to each other, kind of put them in different quadrants and stuff. Maybe even put another one up there, have all 4, get a big monitor. And then when they all line up and they all take a signal at the same time, that's usually a super signal.
Tradeometer ES over bot.
You also have the tradeometer, which is you just heard right there. That's at your disposal too. And that's a scalping tool that you get here at Day Trading Radio that helps you identify the multiple time frames. Now I'm going to zoom in here. And you can see right here how good this is. It nailed the low today. That was at 8 o'clock, the low. And then the first pullback was perfectly timed. The second pullback perfectly timed. And now we have a third and possibly another pullback zone happening right now on on that. So, and again, you can see the perfect bottom there. I wouldn't be surprised to see
Tradeometer NQ over bot.
an alert coming on the NQ right now. And sure did. Live action right there. Live action. You see that the dot just appeared there? So there it is. So you have some opportunities right here overnight. And this runs overnight. And you have that. It comes with all your membership options. All right. But let's move that down. And let's talk about this 5-minute time frame. Now, if we look at the 5 minute, and I'm going to, and we look at, where this market is moving.
Tradeometer YM over bot.
And there's the YM. So that's a triple threat right there. We call that a triple threat. And the triple threat, again, let me go back to that. That's when all 3 indexes are now overbought at the same time. And we could probably maybe even take a short into that. But as you can see, we had a great setup here, and it took it, you see a lot of, you can't really see much there because it's all garbled up. But if I zoom out, you could kind of get a better feel. There was two trades here, a super signal, another super signal, and they both went up here, first profit. Now, depending on, lots of times we want to capture the whole thing. We would love to capture everything on this, right? Everything. So with the 5-minute super signal, great. Like I said, doesn't give you as many setups, but the setups are usually mega. Because when we look at our 5-minute chart during the day, and I'm analyzing the markets on the run here as they're moving, we're always going back, and especially we'll use the SPY or use the S&P as an example, because that's where we're trading the options off of. We're looking at this. Look at this beautiful channel today. So the 5 minutes is going to give you much better, an easier flow. It's not going to be as volatile and choppy. You're not looking under a microscope like you're looking on the 1 minute time frame. And when you have the setups, they come out pretty obvious, especially if you have a nice channel. Now this right here, what time was this? That was about 1 p.m. Looks like it says it was about 1 p.m. right there on that 1:05 p.m. That was a nice low there, and then there might have been another oversold level up here. But I always kind of manage that right there. And here it is, 1:05. So when you get that setup right here, 1300 hours. When you get that set up, you're alerted to it. And now what do? Well, you take your trade, and you'd love to get all this. This is a mega trade. If you had this, with a maximum amount of contracts, this was a 20-point move. 20-point move. So remember, if you have the bot, this is what you want to do. You want to go up to your parameters here, and this is your parameters. And Craft Money, and this is kind of going out to you because you were asking about how to, the parameters are already set, and you wanted to adjust the parameters. Well, you go to your configuration panel here, and check that, and each one of these parameters tells you, where do you want to take it off. Now, because of the market and the time of the market and the feel of the market, I've tightened this thing up to really just take profits fast, and take the majority. So it always goes. My standard entry is going to be 5 lots. So this is on the ES or the MES. It'll be 5. And even though this is not a lot, in these market conditions where there's not much, we're kind of topping out, we're kind of consolidating, maybe even drifting, the buy signals are not as strong, so we want to get out a little further. And this is something that takes a little experience, maybe a little just understanding of market dynamics and market trends to be able to adjust these parameters. Because if you have a very bullish market and you're pushing up and you buy a pullback and you get a divergence on a pullback, you want to extend your profits, so you want to let take these things higher up. But in the case of a choppy market, or maybe something that's just, and it's, you could change these, you could experiment. So what I usually like to do, if we go back here and you can say, where is that? This is where this is where that signal was taking it off. It just got in and it took us off right there. But if we wanted to capture all this, you would have to kind of widen that. Let's see here. I want to show you. I want to enable it again with the current parameters, and you're going to see that alert go in there and see what it looks like. It's connected. It'll be right there, right? It takes it off. Now, if we adjust this, I want to turn it off. And we want to adjust this, and this is where we want to do that. Now we like to use our trailing start. When the trailing stop starts, I put this at 1, meaning if the market starts to move up, a trailing stop automatically gets placed instead of just having the stop loss. Because there are sometimes issues with rhythmic and stuff, I have a kind of a safety net that kind of starts a trailing stop after the market goes up 1 tick. Now the trailing stop in this case is the same as the first profit. That means it follows it up by 3 ticks. It's a very, very tight thing. But this is where you want to really adjust to kind of capture the bigger moves. You want to make sure that's like at 12 to 15, and sometimes that's 3 points, or you can even make it 4 points. Really, and I just want to activate it with the 12 on the 12 there, just to kind of see if we can capture any more what it looks like. All right, so it wasn't enough to really, it did pull up a little bit higher, but that pullback from where the high is and the pullback is probably 78, 74, 72. It probably was 4 or 5 points, which is, that's quite a bit. I mean, but you can, in theory, adjust this to capture all your gains, but you're not going to know that. That's why we take it trade by trade. That's why I say, so if I move this to 24 or 6 points or something like that, let's see where it shows up now. Now look at that. Now it caught all this and it took it all the way up here, closed on the exit. So it captured all this. First profit, second profit, then it had a trailing stop. And you can adjust everything. You can make your second target up here and stuff. But what I'm going to show you right now is something a little special. So you have the opportunity to adjust these. All right, you can adjust these. Let's go back here, and I want to go back to my original stop here. So 3-3. Taking 3 off, 5 contracts, 1, and then. All right, let's take a look here. You can mix this up any way you want. You can have 3 contracts on, 2 to take 2 off, take all 3 off on the first target. There's anything, there's any combination you can on this. So I'm not going to give such a big stop. We're going to put that as 12. I'm going to just keep that as 14. We'll keep this as, well, I did have it at 3, but we'll keep it at 12. Well, let's actually keep it at 4. Let's keep it at 4 for now, because I want to show you something totally different right now. I just want to make sure that we have it set up for tomorrow. All right, if we go back and take a look at this, we see one thing that we see. Remember, the 5 minutes is going to give us that 5-minute rotation, meaning that their 5-minute stochastics are going to be oversold. Now, they're going to be oversold on the 9-3, but they're also oversold on the 60-10, which is it's a big thing, because things. It's really the 9-3 and the 14-3 is what we're looking at, but the 60-10. You can see this one didn't really get a bounce, and you can see this is actually kind of holding above the 20. Not worried about that, because you see what I see here is the first profit taken. So in every single case, even in the worst case scenario, the after you get the trigger, the first profit is always hit. I haven't seen anything where the first profit, and typically you got a pretty decent move. You get first profit, second profit, and you notice the market has been trending down. So when the market is trending down, recommend taking those stops off faster, especially if you get a little bounce. You could have them automated. So how would that look if we automated this? So let's see here. I'm going all the way out here. So that was it. That was basically, I went all the way back out. I don't know how far, February 22nd. And that's 27. So I went back 5 days. It was just a few, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 setups, maybe 4, maybe 5. We could go back even further. Let's do this. This is what I want to show you. Let's go to our control center here. And we're going to go to new, and we're going to go to strategy analyzer right here. All right, the strategy analyzer is up here now. Now, what we're going to do let's say what if we just let this thing run on our prop account and see what would happen. So we're going to put on a backtest mode. We're going to put down quad rotation, quad rotation 23, and these are the defaulted ones. But we're not going to use the defaulted ones. I want to give you some new ones if I can. My phone has died. All right, so what I wanted to do is, let's say we know that the script is giving us good results on the 5-minute, even in a downward trending market, in a downward trending choppy market. So we're going to put down that we're going to put in 3 take profits at 3, and what we want to do is take the majority off there because we know we're going to get most of that. So we're going to take 4 out of 5 off, and then we're going to extend our profit area number 2 to 20 ticks. All right, so 5 points. And then because we have 5 contracts, we want to make this one a 1. We're going to keep we'll move our stop loss down to 12 to tighten that up a bit. All right, and our trailing stop ticks will start.
Tradometer NQ oversold.
We always start that at 1, and we want to give this a little room. So we're going to give this 12. To kind of maybe catch that second thing. All right, and then we're going to put this on ES. We're going for the big bucks, and we're going to put this on the 5-minute time frame. And we're going to just break this down. We're going to go down to February. And what is today's date? 27th. Let's just see what it did today. This is if we just ran that on its own, and let's see what the results are, because it's given us now. It's not good. The way the back testing works, it'll count a trade that doesn't hit. It's like if it takes off majority of your trades, that's considered a successful trade. If there's one left and it pulls back and it doesn't hit second and a trailing it comes back and pulls out, it goes up 1 and then it takes profits and then it comes back and it hits a trailing stop. That second one will be counted as a losing trade. But really, it isn't. I mean, as long as you make a profit on the overall trade, just remember that. So let's push this. I'm not sure what we're going to get out of this. Hope I don't. And ES, last 5-minute, just today. Looking at 4, 5, 20, 1, 12. Signal bar low. Let's do ticks, right? We're going to do ticks on this. That's one thing I wanted to make sure is ticks, not the signal bar low. All right, let's run it. All right, now, interesting, 50-50. All right, 50-50, 4 total trades, not many, but a profit. A profit and a good profit factor, 2.8, 2.67 is that? That's a profit now. Let's see if we can. How do we make that better? So let's 3, 4. Let's take this second target off and kind of keep it open, an open target. That means it just has a trailing stop. It doesn't take it off if it hits the target. And your second target is not going to have anything on the second, so you're just going to have a trailing stop. So it means you have 4 contracts, you have 5 contracts, 4 are going to come off on the first target, and then you're going to have 1 that's going to be followed up by a trailing stop.
Tradometer YM oversold.
6. All right, so let's see what that is now. So we had 187.50, and that's just today. Let's take a look. I'm just back testing. All right, nothing changing here. Let's go out. Let's go out a day. Let's go start on Monday. Oh, big change. All of a sudden we're at 70%. All right, that's pretty good. So 70% at 4 point, a sharp ratio, 4 profit factor 3.79. Gross profit, the maximum drawdown. It's not much at all. What is that? 125 is maximum drawdown. That's what we want to do. We want to keep that maximum drawdown down. We want to take lock in profits. We have a great signal. So the odds are we're probably going to get our profit most of the time. So we're going to take most of it off. And plus we have a trailer, like call a stinger, that might be able to get some more profits. Let's do something a little bit crazy. Let's go all the way back. Let's go back to let's go back a whole week, all the way back to last Monday. That's dangerous because any bad trades this takes could wipe out all your, if it gets caught in a bad flush or something, it could just, that's the sometimes the difficulty of taking small profits and having your stop too wide. But because of the high probability of success of the script, I have a feeling that it's going to work really good. So let's see what happens. That was 10 trades over the last 2 weeks. Now we're going to click 2 weeks. Drum roll, please. Whoa. All right. So there you go. Profit factor 6.4, 72%, 18 trades, 13 winning trades, 5 losing trades.
Oversold.
And again, those 5 losing trades are probably these extra trades that are not making it to the second profit. And eventually they're either rolling over or profits, or the trailing stop is catching up to it. All right, so that's pretty good. All right, I go all the way out to the beginning of the month, and again, still looking pretty good. This is a whole month at 69%, 43 trades, 30-12. And this is, again, these are the parameters that we're running. Let me move that over so you can see everything. Oops, I lost it. Let me get it back for you. All right. What I want to show you, though, here. All right, so now we have this. So what happens if we decide to take it all off? All right. Well, no. Actually, we want to keep a couple running here. So instead of taking the majority off, we know that the setups are better. We want to give it a little bit more room. So instead of taking 4 off there, we only take 2 off, and then we have a trailing stop holding that, and that has the potential of going much higher as long as the trailing stop doesn't hit. So that's really good. Now, let's just see what it says. You never know. Let's just see what we got going on here. So here we go. This is taking... Is it 2 off or 3 off? I think I was supposed to take 3 off. Whoa, that's pretty good. $4,000. Again, about 69. 69. That means I'm taking a couple off, letting the rest run. So there's all different ways of actually letting this thing go. All right, let's do one crazy test. Let's still go to the beginning of the year, because we got to be able to, we're probably going to get, there has to be a day where this thing kind of flushes out and just takes a bad beat and wipes out all the gains. And that's what we have to watch out for. So let's just see. If we go back to the beginning of the year, that's a lot of data. That's a good test right there. I don't like to go out crazy, because the markets go into different phases and stuff. So it was 69%, 43 trades. Market's selling off here. And by the way, you remember we just mentioned before that we had the sell signal. I ended up taking that trade. I'm short right now at 50.90, and the price is 50.87 now. So we're down. We got 3 points on a trade. And what did I take that trade on? I took it on this when we just looked at it. Oh, right there. Boom. I took that short. And this is actually, look at the relative weakness in the Dow. The Dow showing a lot of relative weakness going into tomorrow, Dow futures. Now, we kind of broke down here. I want to take this trade off. All right, I just did. just kind of fell off the cliff there. You see these arrows on the tradometer here. When you see these arrows all pointing higher, that means it's gone into a pause mode, and it means it needs to reset. It's an aggressive sell-off, and you don't want to continue to get sell signals on a pullback. So what'll happen? It'll lock up, and it'll wait for a full rotation back on the 9-3 to kind of reset, and then to have another setup before it gets another pure signal. So that's good. So if you ever happen to see that, that means hold off on your trades. Now is this whoa? No, is it? No, we're going to do it right now. Did we do it? No, we didn't run it. So we're going to run this. This is going back to the whole year, running the super signal on a 5-minute time frame with a tight profit area. Takes a while to go through all that data and backtest all that data. So all right. Well, it's not bad. 73%. 73 positive winning trades against 25 losing trades. And again, those 25 losing trades are probably, the trailing stops. Now, we could always adjust that. That's pretty good. I mean, you always have to concern yourself with the max drawdown here, especially if you're trading prop accounts, because that's what exactly is going to get you, the trailing drawdown. So if the market goes up and then comes back, this is something that you don't want to think. So, I hesitate people letting this thing run. I want people to take their profits. I want people to lock in, manage your trades. And when I say, when manage, you get a signal. When you get that signal, you let it get you in. It takes the first profit, move your stop up to break even. There's no loss there. That's the easiest way to trade. All right. All right, so I just turned it on to the other chart I want you to use is going to be the 1,000 volume chart, the 1,000 volume and the 300 tick chart. So I just activated the 1,000 volume. If you go up on the top here, you pull this down, and you just click on 1,000. All right. Now, again, it requires 1,000 trades. Or actually contracts. And so it'll slow up. It'll really slow up overnight because you're not going to have much going on. But let's zoom back here. And, I love this one too. So this is actually, let's take a look at the parameters. The parameters are set on this. And again, you could probably catch so much more on this. But remember, this is identifying the pivots. This is identifying the best setups in the market. Combined with this, the Zello alerts, the show, this is what you should be trading, basically, right? I mean, there'll be other trades probably in and out that you could get into, but these are your high probability zones. As you can see, that one that worked out great, right on the lows. Now, again, trailing stop eventually is going to get hit. You could adjust this any way you want. Sometimes you might get it and just say, you know what, I'm going to let it run the whole day. And not put it, just keep a stop under the lows. Come back, go to lunch, and come back, and this is where you're standing. How many times? Let's take a look. That's the last trade. All right, this one, nice pop. It did roll over, though, so eventually it would have taken out the lows. But, again, it was a very good trade. Takes profits on the way up. It's a good bounce. Same thing here. Actually had a little bounce. First profit was taken. Trailing stop probably came in and it came back down, chopped around, but it did. Here's another nice one. First profit taken. Trailing stop coming in soon after. It's very tight, but you can see there's definitely moves here. And again, the pivot areas. That's what we're identifying. We're looking at the pivot areas. Look at this. Look at these areas. Look at this. Another one, and you could probably adjust this to capture all these. You probably could adjust this and capture all this. Now, here we did have one that stopped out. So again, you can see there was not enough to get to our profit on this one. This one had a nice bounce. It was low. It was very nice. This one was a nice bounce. It was low. This was the only one that didn't really hit our level. And now you can see that we were selling off pretty hard at that point. So every so often you might get that real choppy bottom, and you might get a low. Always watch for that second low. Watch for that divergence. We'll watch for the Zello alerts. But as you can see, you want to have this one running. You want to have the 5-minute, and let's just let's do the 300 tick here too. And again, this is in a downward trending market. In an upward trending market, these are, they're just they're beasts. It's a beast. Let's go to the 300 tick and see what that looks like. So these are the 3 time frames: the 300 tick, the 1000 volume, and the 5-minute time frame. I don't see anything yet. I'm going to have to zoom out. Oh, there you go. Now you notice here, this was at 1 o'clock. The 1 o'clock setup was so good that it showed up on the look, here's 1 o'clock, right? 1 o'clock showed up on the 300 tick, and it showed up on the, let's go to 1 o'clock here. It showed up on the 5-minute. And these are different, totally different way. This is a time frame versus a tick chart, totally different. But when they both give you that same signal, that is what I call a super duper signal. There's a super signal, but if they both give you that, you know what I'm getting at. It's a really good one. Now that was the 5-minute. That was, what was it I looked at? The one that was at the 1000 volume, or was it the 300 tick I just looked at? Nope, that was that one right there. That was the 1000 volume. And then let's take a look at the 300 tick. And if these all 3 lined up perfectly, I want to tell you, that is what we're going to call that a triple threat. We're going to coin that right now. We're going to talk. That'll be a Zello alert. It'll be called a triple threat. And look at it. Sure enough, look at that. Same setup. Perfect alert on all 3. It was a triple threat. So that is the new alert, and when you have a triple threat, we're probably going to go in pretty big on this. So it's a matter of just waiting for these. You see it. I'm not making it up. I didn't make it up. I did design these. But you're going to get the biggest moves on these the 5-minute, the 1000 volume, and the 300 tick chart. Have them all running. Layer them, put them next to each other, invest in another monitor, a bigger screen. Let's be professional about this. Now that's just working on yourself. That's just working. Now I want to do my best to take these trades on the copy trades too. So I want to let this, but I'm not going to let the copy trade just take this, because there could be a situation where you do have a flush out, and it automatically triggers, and it blows right through it. If I could find one. Like this one didn't hit it. It did get a bounce. It didn't take out the lows, but because of the range, it popped and then dropped, and it just came down, and it probably was too tight of a stop, like a 4-tick stop. It just didn't hit the target. Probably missed it by a tick and came down, even though it was the bottom. It was the bottom. So the parameters really, it's all about
connection lost.
It's all about understanding that if you get a signal, it's probably a great signal. Your parameters are too tight, you might get stopped out. The areas are going to be really, really important to watch. Now, also the early morning hours, it could be a little choppy too, like the 9:30, the aggressive selling coming in at 9:30 or reversals. And I am actually working on the sell signal here. But again, I want you guys to manage these. Don't let them run by themselves, just in case you do get news out and it fluctuates really fast. You just don't want to, you want to control your own destiny. You have the great tools. Also, if you have that set up and then you get a tradeometer set up, I don't know if we could go back to 1 o'clock on the tradeometer today. I don't think I can. I think it only goes back 3 hours. Oh wait, 1 o'clock. Yeah, I got it here. All right. Well, I think that was pretty close. Pretty close. It just flushed a little bit more. Look at the cluster over here. That's actually a good sign. When you have a cluster, that's usually really good. You don't usually get clusters on this type of chart. I can give you clusters. If you click on the increased tradeometer volatility, sensitivity, excuse me, it'll cluster it up there. And this is actually a good technique to start to realize that there is a top starting to form, or a bottom. In this case, you can see the bottoms forming very easily with the clusters. There was a cluster back here, it popped. Not really too much clusters on the top side, but there is. You know, these things pretty nailed it. We just had a little bounce. Anyway, we'll leave that running in the background. I'm going to take that volatility off. There you go. Don't forget to have that on there. So that, you know, I kind of wanted to just go into that. The new parameters. I think you should run the 5 minute, the 3 minute, the 5 minute, the 300 tick, and the 1000 volume. Run them all. If they all give you a signal at the same time, triple threat. All right, take the trade. Be more aggressive. That's probably where you're going to qualify. Copy trading is working. There is the last 2 days of the sale. Let me finish off with that. If you want to be involved in all this, take advantage of the sale, because you're not going to get a better opportunity than this. Let me show you what you have going for you. All right, so you have the last 2 days of the month, throwing that little sale for the lifetime. It gives you everything here, including the Copy Trading Network, gives you access to that, School of Stock courses, the Zello Future Trade Alerts. It also comes with something very special. You know, I've been doing the coaching and stuff, and that's been a really big thing, and it's been overwhelming sometimes. I apologize that I can't get everyone in. But I added a couple coaching segments to the $9.95 trade, because this is normally, it's going to be $17.99 for lifetime. For the next 2 days, if you're interested, it's $9.95. All right. If you're a returning member and you were a member, a paying member of Day Trading Radio, contact me. You might be available for an additional $200 discount, depending on how long you were a member, but you'll get something, an additional discount. So it could bring it down to $7.99, which is a tremendous, it's a steal actually for everything you get for life. Anyway, normally with the, and again, a lot of people want this, so you can pay the $7.99 lifetime, and you'll have 5 one-on-one master classes. These are 90-minute classes, and we do trading, everything. I'll set up plans, we'll discuss it. We'll set up your trading plan. We have a lot of time to work together. 90 minutes each. They're if you didn't get them through the lifetime this sale, they would be $99 for 90 minutes. So 5 of these would be a $500 value. So that would but I'm not going to offer all 5 for the sale. It's just too much. It's too much on my part, and my time is a little bit more valuable than that. I don't want to give that away, but I will offer two one-on-one master classes on the sale instead of 5. But if you want the 5, then you could just this is still very cheap, $17.99, and it helps the site out a lot. So if you want that extra great service, the lifetime is going to give you the one-on-one channel too. A lot of people don't know this. If you're a lifetime member, you can contact me through the Zello app. We have one-on-one communication back and forth. Hey, John, can you take a look at? I'm in this trade. What do you think? Whatever, and I could get back to you right. It's a one-to-one communication. It's on your Zello networks. You don't do it through the channel. You just you click on me, and it comes over to me, and I'll answer you. So as a lifetimer, you have that privilege. And, of course, access to the copy trading. And there's more information on the copy trading on the site. I didn't put a link here for it. And if you want to do the monthly, yearly, just go to the regular sign-up on the page. If you want to take advantage of the VIP lifetime membership, email me. email me. I'll set you up. We take different type of payments: Venmo, PayPal, Zelle, or credit card. Tell me what payment you want. I'll send you the payment. I'll send you the link to sign up. You'll sign up. I'll set up all the stuff. You send me your replicant IDs. You send me your machine IDs, so you get all the scripts and stuff. And I'll walk you through it and help you out with that. If you want to just do monthly, $69.95. Doesn't include the scripts or anything. The 3-month and the yearly do include the scripts if you want to go that route. But if you're going to do the yearly, you might as well do the lifetime because it's definitely worth it. Don't forget to take advantage of the coupon. That's the last thing. I saw the Apex, they changed it. I just went over on their site to check it. It's still available. Earlier today they said it was going to be expiring at midnight. I just checked it. They added 5 days to it. So there's no rush on the Apex, but it is a good one. It's 80% off. 1 day, expires tomorrow. It does not expire tomorrow night. They just extended it to 5 days, 5 more days. So there's the link for it. And then the Bullinox is 83% off. And the code is DTR83, and that's the same thing. Don't pay attention to that those codes. Oh, that's old. I shouldn't even put that one on there. My bad. They're not 91 anymore. It's 83, so I apologize on that. It's late. It's late. I want to send this out. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or anything, email me, ironaction@yahoo.com or dtrs@daytradingradio.com. Email me at DTRS because lots of times I find that things go into my spam folder. I've already missed some important emails. They went into my spam, so I apologize. I did find them. I do check my spam a couple times a week, but sometimes it'll be a couple days before I even recognize that something got by into spam. So I think that DTRS, the business email, might be even better. So if you want to take advantage of that, I also could split the membership into 2 payments 4 months apart. Just mention that in the email, and I'll send you the link. So that ends this week, or at the end of the month, this next couple days. That's it. Markets pulling back a little now. Let's see what happened here. Let's see where we are. Well, that's where we are right now. All right. Have a good evening. I'll see you guys in the market tomorrow. And if you need anything, just reach out and ask.